Regional Secretary of the FBU, moving resolution number 1. Our conference is no secret that a decade of Tory austerity has seen an attack on workers' pay across the UK economy. We're still paying today for a crisis that workers simply didn't cause. And public sector workers have been particularly hard hit in this instance. We've seen almost 10 years of pay freezes, pay caps, and what we know to be in real terms pay cuts, including further below inflation real term pay cuts this year. Despite what we hear, austerity certainly isn't over. Now this has coincided with pension contribution increases, job losses and budget cuts, meaning that we are only being asked to do more in return for our ever-shrinking pay packets. Now being asked to do more for less, with less, that's a big ask in any trade. But in our trade conference, the trade of firefighting, it is a potentially life-threatening ask. Every single day, there are firefighters responding to emergencies across the east of England, undervalued, underpaid, under-resources, having seen over 1,000 firefighters cut in our region alone. They're seeing their stations closed and they're seeing their engines axed. And many are having to do this at the same time as having to find second and even third jobs just to make ends meet. Now I can assure you that having to juggle 3 jobs just to cover the rent is not the luxury or the firefighter perk that the right-wing media will have you believe. It is simply unacceptable, and the Labour Party has to have a voice on it. So firefighters control staff are now in real terms more than £6,000 worse off than we were this time in 2010. We are now paid below the average hourly earnings. And firefighting is a proud and it is a skilled and it is a dangerous profession that involves many risks. Yet we are now witnessing fire brigade union members using food banks, living off of payday loans and paying their rent on credit cards. So what do we hear from government on this? All we get from government ministers are cheap words and empty platitudes. We run into Grenfell and they pat us on the back. We work in dangerous conditions for days on end without rest, in periods of flooding, in periods when we saw the heat fight and a hot period, and we get a nice tweet or a queue of Tories trying to get a photo opportunity. The problem is, conference, that a pat on the back doesn't cover the rent, a nice tweet doesn't cover the childcare, and a photo opportunity certainly doesn't put food on the table. Don't forget, conference, this is the Conservative government that applauded us for Grenfell, and then a week later applauded not lifting the pay cap. Actions speak louder than cheap Tory words, conference. There's also another danger faced by workers by this extended period of wage stagnation, as we heard yesterday from our GMB comrades. It creates a suffering and a struggle that allows a more sinister politics to raise its head. It allows hateful and divisive politics to try and get workers blaming each other for their wage struggle, rather than the people truly responsible. But be under no illusion, conference, despite what we may hear, this extended, painful and unnecessary period of wage restraint has absolutely nothing to do with our migrant brothers and sisters, and absolutely everything to do with intentional and vicious anti-worker choices made by this Conservative government, and it is imperative that we never forget that. So conference, I'll end on this. Firefighters and control staff are used to helping other people. Now we need somebody to help us, and that somebody is the Labour Party, a Labour Party that respects and values workers, a Labour Party for the many and not the few. So we call on Eastern Labour to take the lead on this issue, conference, to support our resolution and instruct all of our MPs, our councillors and our candidates to use their platforms to highlight this issue, and in conjunction with the Fire Brigades Union campaign for a fair and proper pay rise for your constable staff and your firefighters. Thank you, conference.